2022 Higher Maths Paper 1, question 11 was express 2x squared plus 12x plus 23 in the form p, x plus q squared plus r. So in other words, a Higher Maths complete the square question. So there's a couple of ways to do this. Let's go for the most common way. You've got 2x squared plus 12x plus 23. You want a p, so you're going to have to take 2 out as a common factor between the first two terms. So you could write 2 bracket x squared plus 6x, and then you've still got your plus 23 on the end. And that would be a mark for that. Okay, your second mark, completing the square on this, we'll have to know that we'll then do 2 bracket half the middle term, so x plus 3 squared. And then we need to, that's all in big brackets of course, we need to immediately take away 3 squared. We've still got plus 23. So if you had got this part here, if you'd written x plus 3 squared times 2, you would have got a mark there. We've got 2x plus 3 squared minus 9 plus 23. So that's 2x plus 3 squared. 2 times 9 is 18, so minus 18 plus 23, which gives us a final answer of 2x plus 3 squared. 23 take away 18 is 5, so plus 5. So if you can get your final mark by following your working through, you get your final answer there. So that's method 1, that's one way to do it. Okay, another optional method that you could use for this, but not often I've seen taught, is to start from this point and expand it and then equate the terms. I'll show you that method now. So if I've got px plus q squared, that's p times x squared plus 2qx plus q squared, and that is now plus r. Following that through a little bit, I get px squared plus 2pqx plus pq squared plus r. If you got that far, you get a mark at this stage for this method, and then equating the terms. So this obviously equals 2x squared plus 12x plus 23. So we should be able to see that the coefficient of x squared here is 2, and the coefficient of x squared here is p, so p is obviously equal to 2. We can see right here that p immediately equals 2. And similarly, the coefficient of x in the first is 2pq, and that equals 12. But we can immediately work out, since p is 2, that means that 4q equals 12 and q equals 3. And finally, we can see that pq squared r is the constant, plus r, sorry, equals 23. But we already know that p is 2 and q is 3, so substituting that in, we get 2 times 9, which is 18, plus r equals 23, so r equals 5 in this case. If you got pq equals 2, 2pq equals 12, and pq squared r plus r equals 23, if you had written down those equations, you would have got a mark. So we should have written all of them, the top lines, and then working all them out and writing it in completed square form gets you your final answer. So you can't just work them all out. You have to then say what the answer actually is, which is 2x plus 3 squared, because q is 3, plus your 5, because r is 5, for your final mark. And there's your 3 marks in that way.